What is up, guys? Welcome back to championship number 5. Now this is the first round of I think it's the classic sprint spec, so all the cars are exactly the same cars, same speed, same everything. Yeah, this time you can probably tell by the thumbnail that we are using the F2007 because that is probably my favourite car in Formula 1, just because it was Kimi's car who he won the championship with back in 07. But we're ready for the 5 lights on. All the drivers have random ass names, so I'm not going to go into detail about every single driver who we overtake, but we get an absolutely great start from him, starting in 10th. We're going to have a look down the inside at turn 1. It's not really going to work, but we get a better traction on the X. We're going to take in straight into the left-hander, and we've already made up 4 positions, so that's a pretty solid start, all things considered. That we're starting halfway through the pack, and obviously all the cars are exactly the same. Like I don't run setups in any of my videos because I don't see the point. So these cars are the definition of equal, so I don't know why I actually ended up putting wet tyres on, but we're going to try and go into rich mix and get up the back of this F2007 ahead of us. And obviously we're maxing out, he's maxing out, nothing, we're not going to get any closer, so we're going to have to be late on the brakes, and he's actually going to push us a little bit wide, the cheeky little devil that he is. But we're going to get a bit of a better exit of the chicane hairpin, whatever the hell you want to call it. Either way, we make it up into P5, which is absolutely solid. Moving on to lap 2, we're going for a quick little lunge down at the actual hairpin. That's a hairpin. So we move up into P4. So we're making good progress so far in this first round. Now, how it works is, depending on the championship order, whoever's first starts last, second, 19th, so on and so forth. So if we manage to win this race, we'll start last again, like we do in a lot of championships. As he hits us, we throw our hand up in frustration. We get past him anyway because we've got OP traction in terms of the corners. And I'm not running traction control on, but closing up to the leader now. You can see there's not much left in terms of the race. We've got a little bit of a straight left to go. And apart from that, you know, we haven't actually got that much opportunities. We might get one attempt to overtake the race leader, and that's probably going to be it. But we're going to have to make up a lot of time through this hairpin chicane. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. We're not going to, it's too late for a lunge, but he does go a little bit wide on exit, and hopefully we're going to get a good traction, which we do. We're going to flick it up into Rich, and hopefully we can catch him before he max out our RPM on the straight. We're going to catch him. We're still catching him. Sparks are flying everywhere. We're going to go to the right hand side. He's going to give us a humongous little squeeze, and he's going to actually go very deep and lock his front tyres. We're going to go around the outside. We have to go the long way around. He beats us off, but he can't block our inside overtake. He gave us nowhere to go. We're over the curb, but that is more or less going to be it. He backs off, so we do actually take the lead of this race on the final lap as well. So obviously winning our first race is obviously good. We have a 7-point lead going into the race, and if the other championships are anything to go by, they don't come through the field as well as we do. So this should be fairly simple. I say fairly simple, but we'll have to see how it pans out. Obviously we're on different cars, so that could be a bit more difficult, but we almost get sideways across the start finish line. But we do manage to take first race win of this championship. But these wins and points and poles and all that crap, they won't count towards the championship like statistics that I have, because there's no point. And as you can see, my brother is in 3rd place. He's from Colombia, if you guys didn't know. We're actually twins. There he is, handsome devil. So not a bad start. It's like this car, I really like this car because I can chuck it around and not have to worry with like the previous cars, like the F2004 and 2 is a nightmare to get around corners with. It is a nightmare to put the throttle down and just go for it. So this is kind of like a good medium. There we are, starting from last place. Austria, not very great overtaking opportunities, but there is the person who finished last, so he'll start first. Igor Carrera doesn't like his photo being taken apparently, but we'll do what we can. Starting from last, there's obviously our friend Forrest, Mr. Forrest, to the left hand side of us. I'm pretty sure I got a bad start. I had no reactions at these start lights, so that was awful. And then Kaufman obviously got a bit of a worse start than we did, but we're going to have a look into turn 1, take as many positions as possible, bang tyres a little bit, show some friendly love, and hopefully we can pick off some people coming up to the actual hairpin, because there's a pretty decent slipstream coming up here, and obviously more or less everyone's single file, so we're going to have to go around the outside of that for right. He just catapults straight into the hairpin. He had a good idea, to be fair, but he made up some solid positions. I don't know if we'll see him later on into the race. Hopefully we do. But we're moving on to lap 2, back to the same hairpin, and most of the overtaking opportunities like that, he just locks up really badly, and we'll just take those 2 positions. I only expected 1, but I'm not going to say no to the second one. Here we go again. 3rd lap in a row, coming up to the hairpin. It's going to be a little bit tight between us 2, but again, he's just going to stick with the dive bomb, so fair play. He's actually going to get poor traction. He's going to go to the right hand side. I'm going to lose my front wing, which sucks. He puts us almost onto the grass. We're going to go 3 wide down the back straight here at Austria. We're going to squeeze him. So there's 3 cars on the road where there should only be 1. Mad, like, especially because I squeezed them. I moved over to the middle, which means there were 2 cars all over the way to the left hand side. So that could have ended horribly. Again, lap 4 coming up to the hairpin. We're going to go down the inside of Leah Turnu, who, if any of you guys have seen my other championship videos with classic cars, that was Giovinazzi, but his name change didn't work. So Gio is obviously in this still to an extent. We've got Gilles, who is going to become our next target. He's going to squeeze us a little bit to the left. He's going to squeeze us incredibly hard to the left hand side. We're actually going to end up going deep, and he could actually come back on us because we get on the curb. He's going to get such a better exit than we do, and he is actually going to pull ahead, but we're going to take the inside for this corner. Goodbye, Gilles. That was mine. So, I mean, P7's not bad. 2nd race in a row. That's what, 4 points? I think it's about 4 points. So 4 points ain't too bad. So we've got 29 points on the board so far. Obviously, whoever won this race has got 25 now. So, I mean, 25 to 29. We only got a 4-point advantage, which isn't too much, but it's difficult because obviously now he'll go to the back of the grid with Forrest and us. So it's if it was randomized, it'd be a whole lot better. But at the same time, it's nice to like just mix it up a little bit. But we're gonna move on to the 3rd and final one of the race, and you can see we had a little bit of standings there. If you guys want to go check that out, by all means, go ahead and do so. There we are again, P20. What do you expect? I mean, not even going to attempt to pronounce that kid's name. He's starting 1st anyway. So obviously he's last in the championship. So fair play to him. Hopefully he can get some good points on the board. It's Monza. Anything can happen. So this race in particular was actually a really, really fun race. And the overtakes that I make in this, they're just disgusting. Like, they honestly are just disgusting. And I put my car in places where my car shouldn't be, but I managed to pull it off. So we got off to a fantastic start straight away. Forrest not getting off to an amazing start. Unlucky. But you can see we got 2 Ferraris on the right hand side, almost going into the wall, which is pretty dangerous. We're going to have a look down the inside. We accelerated a little bit to see if we could be a little bit cheeky and try and get around the outside of this Ferrari. He tucks his hand up, my bad, bro. But we're going to continue on. We're actually going to get past him. So that was very nice that we was able to make up 6 positions in essentially 2 corners. But we're going to catch up to the next one. He's got sparks flying out the back of his car. Bit low to the ground there, buddy. We're going to go down the inside of him, and we are absolutely flying at this point. I'm pretty sure he had the same helmet as me there. I'm going to have an issue when I look back at this after I finish doing the audio. But we are chucking our car into apexes like there's no tomorrow. We're up to P11 already at this point. And starting on lap 2, just coming out of the chicane, you can see we've got a great run on this little Ferrari F2002. Nice little helmet he's got going on there. He's going to squeeze us just like Sebastian Vettel did with Alonso. He's going to actually hold his line coming into the chicane, but we are going to give him a little pinch. We almost have a little bit of oversteer on the exit. So you can see we've got 3 Ferraris now battling into turn 1, and we're going to see there's a little gap there. Can I be really cheeky and go around the outside? It looks like it's going to work, and I'm actually going to pull the move off. That was disgusting how little space there was, and I managed, this guy is, what is he doing? I managed to put my car in there, but there was a spin actually. So we're going to have a look and see what actually happened. Yeah, so this guy got spun. That was us going round. So you're going to see us sneak through there. Sneak through, essentially under the radar because we're quite a way back. So we're just going to sneak through, minding our own business. And the two cars that are battling behind me that were going side by side, obviously one of them ended up going round. But we're going to go back to this guy who just decided to play bumper cars with me on one of the fastest corners on the track. But we look, oh, so close. I don't know how we didn't manage to lose our front wing. We should have lost our front wing, in all honesty. We ended up pushing another guy onto the left hand side to dodge that and make that move, but oh, it was juicy. But we're gonna come up behind these two, and he's just gonna break on the exit of parabolic. I don't know why. So we've got fairly heavy front wing damage at least, so that's a thing. We're gonna try and see what we can do. There's a little gap to the left hand side. Can you see that? I can see it. I'm gonna go for it, and he locks up, which is actually gonna work in favor for us, and we're gonna sneak down his inside with half a front wing more or less. And he's actually still there. Like, the arrow wasn't moving. I didn't even know if he was actually there. But we managed to make that move. And on the final lap, we actually almost got beaten because we absolutely messed up the last corner. But on a level, some of them overtakes were just disgusting. The one where I sneak around the outside and then just chuck it around the outside at turn one it was ridiculous, because these cars aren't as wide. You can actually make these overtakes, which I think is fun. But obviously in most cases with the 2017 cars you can't do that, because the cars are a bit too wide and a bit too... It's easy to take your front wing off basically. But anyway guys, that's it. That's been it. So 3 rounds in one episode. The next one will be the final 3 rounds of this championship. Until then guys, I'll see you later. Bye bye.